We are here to present our key activity of the final partial. My team is composed by Jesus Carlos Vazquez and Emiliano Martinez Rodriguez. The introduction. Each plant uses water to carry nutrients to its organs. Several things can be done to demonstrate this process. With 4 plants, 3 of these plants we are going to put coloring and one of them will be with pure water to be able to compare. Justification. The rationale for why decide on this experiment is because this experiment is great for introducing the basics of science to a very fun and visual experiment. And people who work in the farms can see how the water that they irrigate with plants in how long it takes to carry out the entire process from the when the roots absorb it until it reaches the top.
The theoretical framework. According to Ana Isabel Roca Fernandez, the plants absorb nutrients through the numerous roots. Here's the young roots have, which are continually renewed since since they have a life of few days. These roots hairs secrete added substance that help to stabilize hardly soluble compounds, such as the photophases and the carbonates. This solubilization action also involves a CO2 produced by the respiration of the roots. With this experiment, you see how the water goes up the plants so that all the nutrients reach the plant and using a preferably purple dye so that it can be absorbed how the water is absorbed.
The variables in this experiment there are 2 variables. The independent variable that are in this case is the plant because it doesn't depend on something else and the height of the celery. And the dependent variable is the variable. This variable is the time of day that the water they reach the top of the plant. And with a honorific mention is the control variable that in all experiments it is a control variable.
The experimental design, we put 4 celery of different sizes in glasses with water, each with different coloring. One of them only had water to be able to see the difference between those that were going coloring and those that were not. The materials are 4 celery plants of different size, 4 water glasses, and a little like a bottle of purple coloring. And in this experiment, we uh, we first put 3 plants in a glass with water with purple coloring, and we put a plant with water without coloring to be able to make to be able to make that comparison.
The results. When the data was obtained, a table with a graph was made to see the linear line with the equation, so that the person who is going to use this equation only replace the x with the size of his plant in centimeters. And this, he can know in how many days his plant will have carried out the water to the top. In conclusion, the purpose of this experiment was to see how many days the water in the plant can reach the top of the plant. As the result shows, the plants that are not too large only needs 1 day to reach the top, and the other ones that are taller than the first one need at least 3 days, and the taller of the plants need 4 days and a half to reach the top of the plant. This data currently accept the original hypothesis. For future experiments, to improve this one, it could make it with another type of plants more vigorous so they can help the people who work in farm. Here are our references.